All right, so welcome. Welcome to chair yoga today. I'm going to give you a couple of different options to begin as you sit. So in chair yoga, we don't want to be sitting back and slumping into our chair, okay? We're using a chair as a support in order to help us essentially strengthen our bodies and find extra space. So first thing that we'll all do is slide from the back forward so that our feet are flat on the earth and our knees are generally in alignment with the earth. If you found that your feet weren't on the earth, you could take a block underneath to prop them up, or if you're at home, you have books, anything like that. And then the other option is with this block, if you find that it's a little bit too much to stay off of the back of the chair without any extra support, you can take that block in behind you, and that block can come toward an area in your spine and rest against the back of the chair, and then you have an additional support. It can be very nice, yes. So these are your options to begin. Okay, in chair yoga, we are using the chair, but we are not using the chair in the way that we traditionally utilize it when we're sitting and kind of not doing a lot. Chair yoga is actually very active and a really, really good way to get deeper into our bodies because we have added support. And we're going to work into balance as well, because balance is at the foundation really of everything that we do. You know, right now we're outside and it's icy, and without core strength, without balance, you know, we can hurt ourselves. So this is really, really important. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And so whether you are physically with me or watching the video, you're going to begin to press the four corners of your feet down to the earth. And by the four corners, I mean the inner and outer edges and the front and the back. So think about those four areas of your feet. They begin to press down into the earth, and then your hands are on your thighs, and you should begin to feel a little bit of engagement in your thighs as you push down. And then from there, I want you to bring your awareness to the tailbone at the base of your spine. And then begin to lengthen from the base of your spine as if there was a string pulling the crown of your head up. So you get longer in the spine. And then maybe we take and roll the shoulders back and down a couple of times and just let them soften. And we have some gentle engagement in our tummy to keep us nice and tall. And this is how we sit in chair yoga. We have engagement from the legs all the way up to the crown. Our eyes are closed if we're comfortable. And if you're not comfortable closing the eyes, you can keep your gaze really, really soft just down the bridge of your nose. That's perfect as well. So we're going to begin by taking a few deep breaths. Just inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. And we're going to use this as a cleansing breath. So inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Good. And feel everything in your body beginning to soften a little bit more. And then we'll just let our breath return to a natural rhythm now. And we're going to become these observers of ourselves as we begin. And as you begin to observe yourself, you may first notice thoughts. And that often happens. There's a reason we call it the monkey mind. And so sometimes with our eyes closed and in silence, we find the mind is very active. And we have a couple of different options. If you're a little bit more visual, you could imagine your mind as this vast blue sky. And each thought is a cloud, and we begin to imagine those clouds floating by in our sky. If it's not visual that resonates for you, you could begin to use a very, very simple mantra, something that we repeat to help keep the mind focused. And that could be very simple, like inhale as you breathe in and exhale as you breathe out. And at first we just let the breath happen naturally, and we inhale, say to ourselves, inhale, exhale, say to ourselves, exhale. And this begins to get the mind focused so that it's not jumping all over the place. This way we're letting go of any experiences that brought us here today to our mats or to your chair. You're letting go of the events of your day, your to-do lists, all of those things that really don't matter right now because you have taken the time for this practice, this self-care, an act of self-love. And so just showing up for yourself is perhaps the most difficult thing that we can do. And you're here. So I'd like you to begin to invite the breath to move a little bit deeper in your bodies now. See if you can breathe the breath in gently through your nose and draw it down the center of your body as if it were going to come all the way down to your belly or even deeper toward the root of your body, the pelvic floor, base of the spine. And I'd like you to continue to follow that breath in and follow that breath out. All the while noticing. Maybe noticing where you feel the physical presence of the breath the most in your body. Maybe noticing how the body responds as you breathe a little bit deeper. We're stimulating our parasympathetic nervous system as we deepen the breath and bringing ourselves into a rest, digest, and reparative state. Takes us away from stress and fight or flight. Lets our bodies know that we're safe. And I'd like you to ask yourself from this space, how am I feeling? And notice what comes up for you. Notice if perhaps there's an emotion that maybe is present now or has been present for you of late. Maybe you can invite that to come up. We spend so much time trying to get away from feeling physical and emotional discomfort. This practice, this time for you, can be a time that you feel safe to go inside. And so if there's an emotion coming up for you, I want you to take that breath and just breathe into it. Just see if you can be with it. If it's an emotion that maybe you judge or deem as negative and you want to kind of habitually push it away, just want you to see if you can gradually invite it in. And just let yourself feel what it is you need to feel. Because when we give ourselves the space to feel these emotions that become stored in our bodies, we can also begin to release sensation from the body. So you might also find that there's an area in your body physically that's speaking to you. And these are messages. Through sensation, through emotion, our bodies communicate with us. So if there's a sensation that's coming up, invite it up, whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable, or neutral somewhere in the middle, and just focus your breath into it. This is creating a safe space for you to be you, to show up exactly as you are. There's no other hats or roles that you need to wear. You're just showing up for you to your practice. So as you breathe deeply into your body, as you feel emotion, sensation, see if you can be fully present for you. We'll take about 7 more breaths here, so just keep breathing those breaths deeper into your bodies. Just noticing with each breath cycle how the body responds. Let's take one more moment here. And then I'd like you to bring your awareness into your heart space. This represents our center of truth. And we're going to find intention for your practice today. So where you wish to focus the positive energies that you'll create through your practice in your life. And I thought I would just kind of introduce or bring to your awareness this concept of self-responsibility. So what does self-responsibility mean for you? And is there something or an area in your life that you could show up in a more authentic way, taking responsibility for you? Whether that be your health or your relationships or your mindset, whatever it is. And remember, we start small and we think big. So these small, perhaps changes that we can work toward on a larger scale create a grander change, and everything begins inside. So find your intention. Take one big deep breath into it. Imagine that heart space just filling, like almost like opening like a lotus flower as you align with that space inside of you. Beautiful. So from here, you can keep your eyes closed right now if you're comfortable. And I just want you to notice, how am I feeling? And then I'd like you to begin to move your body from this seated position in any way that feels good for you. So just keeping the eyes closed and the awareness inside. And now we begin to reawaken and bring some movement into ourselves. And with your eyes closed, you can notice, what does my body need right now? How does my body want me to move? Notice, have I lost that engagement in my core? Am I sitting back against my chair, or am I still staying tall and lengthening my crown? And we're going to begin now by circling in through the waist. So as you're ready, just slowly finding some circles, taking your time. And you'll likely be removing your props for this as we begin to move a little more, because it probably won't work as well. There you go. Beautiful. So I want you to see if you can circle, but not touch the back of your chair. And I want you to see if, with your eyes closed, you can feel that weight transfer from side to side. So from sits bone to sits bone, or kind of like your bum one side and forward and other side and back. Good. One more circle in this direction. And then let's go ahead, get tall in the center as we push down through our feet, lengthen through our crown, let our shoulders sink down, and then move in the other direction with your circle. So keeping that nice length that you've created. And just a couple more. Bring a little bit of awareness here to our hips and our waist. Good. So as we come back to neutral, let's heel to our feet out a little bit wider. so that our knees are in alignment with essentially our second and our third toes as the toes turn out. And if your feet don't come all the way down to the earth, put a block underneath each foot, and then you're supported that way. Perfect. So from here, we're going to find those four corners and push them down so that we get some nice activity and engagement in our low bodies. We're going to pull our bellies back, sink our shoulders down, okay? Our right shoulder is going to come toward our ear and our ear toward our shoulder. So we squeeze them in. And then as we exhale, we take the shoulder down and the head away. Squeeze ear and shoulder together. And then take them in the opposite direction. A few more times, squeezing tight and relaxing into that space. Last one. Good. As your shoulder moves away next time and your head moves away from the shoulder, I want you to take that same arm, that right arm, extend it out to the side, bend the elbow, slide it in behind you. Either grab onto the chair or wrap it around by your opposite hip crease. And then lean that head over nice and gently as you take that right shoulder and move it back slightly, pressing either the hand into the chair so that you're drawing that shoulder back and taking 3 big deep breaths into the side of your neck. Now, if you're not feeling too much here and you want to go ahead and turn the chin slightly in toward the shoulder or slightly up toward the sky, just feel into what your body needs. We'll take 2 full breaths. Keeping the length in our spine, keep moving the head and shoulder in opposite direction. Good. And then on the next inhale, take that left hand, slowly fingertips come to the temple, help the head back up to neutral. Good. Take that hand out from in behind you. Just pause for a moment. We'll take 1 full breath in the center, and I want you to notice, how does it feel in the right and the left sides of my neck? Do I feel a difference? As you're ready, we're going to go and move over onto the opposite side. So squeezing left ear and shoulder together, and then moving them away from each other. So it's an exaggerated movement, a deep squeeze, belly pulls back, we stay long. And then as we exhale, we move the shoulder away and the head in the opposite direction. So we're lengthening and contracting these muscle groups in the side of our neck, helping to create some space not only in the neck and the shoulder, even down the arms as well, when we hold a lot of tension here in the head and neck. Last 2. Good. So next time your head moves away from that left shoulder, I want you to go ahead, take that left hand, reach the fingertips out as far as you can, bend the elbow, find the chair in behind or wrap all the way toward your opposite hip crease. Take and draw that left shoulder back slightly as the head leans over to the right. And then option to take the chin inward a little bit to neutral, up to the sky for these last couple of breaths, just whatever feels best for your body today. Last breath. Good, and then as you're ready, head comes back to neutral. Go ahead and take those right fingertips and just gently help the head back up. Remove the hand from in behind and just let the arms dangle down by your sides. And check in. How do I feel? Do I feel a little more space? Does my body need me to move at all? Is there anything my body would like me to do? Maybe I'd like to rotate my shoulders a little bit, take my head from side to side, do a couple of half circles with my head. Okay, completely up to you. This is the beauty of these pauses and these opportunities for a little bit of intuitive movement as we go. We'll take 1 full breath here. Good, exhale your breath out. As you're ready next, we're going to extend our hands down by our side, reaching out the fingertips, pushing in through the feet, remaining long in the spine. We're going to inhale the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, I want you to bend your elbows, coming into cactus arms, elbows in alignment with your shoulders. Slowly hinge forward, keeping your bum on your chair, taking the hands down onto your thighs. Take a big inhale breath here as you draw your shoulders back and your belly back. And then as you exhale, I want you to trace your hands down your legs toward your feet. They don't have to get to the floor, and just let your upper body round gently. On the inhale, pull your belly back and slowly draw the hands up the body all the way up until you get to the thighs, and then come back into the cactus arms, bending at the elbows. Good. Reach up to the sky. And then as you exhale, pull your hands down into your heart space. Good. Here we go again. Inhale, arms open wide, sweep up to the sky. Exhale, cactus arms, bend at the elbows. Inhale, hinge forward. Hands down onto your thighs as you exhale, all the way down, letting everything round. Inhale, come back up, all the way back up, coming into your cactus. Exhale, reach for the sky. Slowly draw the hands into the heart space. Finish that breath. Next inhale, arms sweep wide and to the sky. Exhale, cactus and hinge forward. Hands onto the thighs. As you exhale, come on all the way down as available. Use your inhale to bring you back up. Cactus arms. Exhale to the sky. And pull the hands into the heart space. Beautiful. One more time. Keep pushing in through the feet. Inhale, reach the arms wide and rise. Exhale into your cactus. Hinging forward. Hands down. Next exhale, all the way down. Pull your belly back, stay strong, push in through the feet as you come back up. Using that inhale and opening the arms to the cactus. Exhale to the sky. Inhale, hands to the heart space. Beautiful work. Take one full inhale breath. One full exhale breath. Let's take our hands down to the sides of our chair, just grabbing onto the chair, either on the legs or on the seat. And we're going to begin to bring one knee inward toward the center. Good. Midline of our body. And then as we exhale, we're going to move on to the outer edge of that foot. So knee comes in, inner edge of the foot. Knee moves away, outer edge. Couple more times. See if you can stay strong in your core. You can keep your shoulders back. Good. Last time on this side. Bringing a little bit of different rotation into that hip and coming back to neutral. Pressing down through the foot, preparing for the other side. Rolling into the inner edge and out to the outer edge, and keeping the rest of the body as stable as you can. So we're not twisting and turning here. And it doesn't have to be big movements. If you're tight in your hips, that's okay. Just little movements, just finding that inner edge and that outer edge. Remember, we are not looking to push ourselves to the point of pain, nothing shooting, stabbing, electrical, anything like that. This is an exploration of your body. And while it's not always going to feel 100% comfortable, we are not looking to put ourselves in the space of pain. Coming back to neutral. Beautiful. From here, you're going to take your right hand, walk it around to the outside of your left thigh, and take that opposite arm in behind onto the chair. Push in through your feet, lengthen through the crown, draw the shoulders back, and begin to spin your belly over to the left side. Just a little bit. As you inhale, come back just a little, get a little longer, and as you exhale, belly spins a little more. Resist with the thighs, so the thigh pushing into the hand, and you can spin yourself around. Last time, come back a tiny bit, find that inhale, nice length, shoulders drop down, and as you exhale, that gentle spin. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Let's switch it up. Taking that left hand across, outside of right thigh, hand comes on to your support of your chair. Push down through the feet, lengthen through the crown, pull the belly back, and then begin to spin. Good. So as we inhale, we come back a little bit, push into our feet, get a little more length in our spine. And then as we exhale, we spin around. Last one. Beautiful. Inhale slowly back to neutral. Nice work. Slowly heel toe your feet toward each other. We are going to come up in a moment, but first we are going to do some warrior type poses from our chairs. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to spin ourselves so that your, let's say your left thigh is parallel to the back of the chair. And then you're probably going to need to slide your bum out a little bit so that you can take and press that right foot back a little bit. Okay, so we have the support of the chair here to keep us nice and stable. Okay, and then the more that we take this leg back, the more we're going to feel this in the hip flexor. So just be mindful. Okay, so you can take your hands onto the chair wherever feels comfortable to begin with. Okay, and I don't want you to go too far. So the initial movement will be keeping that length in your spine. So from the crown of the head all the way down. And then you're going to push out the back heel, straightening the leg a little bit, but it doesn't have to go straight. And then as you exhale, the knee's going to bend again. Good. Press out. Good. And relax. Last one. Press it back. And relax. So just notice, am I pushing in through this front foot? We want that front leg to be active as well. We're going to add arms, but only if you wish. If you wish to add some arms, we're going to inhale our arms up to the sky, reaching the arms up. And then as we exhale, we're going to push back through the heel and come into cactus arms, bending at the elbows. So we inhale, we reach the sky, the knee relaxes in the back leg. And as we exhale, we pull down and press back through that outer leg. 3 more times. Lengthen. Good. And pull down and push back. Good. Tummy nice and strong. Last 2. Lengthen. Good. And open. Last one. Reach it up. Good. And hold it open. If this is okay for you, bending the elbows, pushing back through that heel, keeping the chest and heart nice and wide and broad. Beautiful. Take one more inhale breath. One more exhale breath. And then slowly drop your hands down to the chair. As you inhale next, I want you to lengthen your crown forward. Take the hands on either side of your front thigh. Good. You can keep pressing out the back leg if you feel that stretch and that's good for you, or you can keep the knee a little more bent. That's okay as well. And that's exactly where we're going. We're going to lengthen, and then we're going to slowly and gently lead with our hearts as we bow forward a little bit. Inhale, lift, come up a little bit. Exhale, bow, come down a little bit. Couple more times, coming up and down using the strength of our core. So we're not going up and down using momentum. We're using our core here and the strength of our legs as we push down and draw our torsos up. If you would like to hold for a couple of breaths forward, go right ahead. Draw the shoulders down the back, lengthen the crown forward, or if it feels better to keep moving in your body, then keep moving. Your practice, your body, you make the decisions. Going to take one more breath, whether you're moving or holding that forward bend. Beautiful. And coming back up. You're going to slowly slide that back leg forward. See, who said we can't do a lot from a chair, right? We can do a lot from a chair. Slowly come back to center. From here, I just want you to take your feet a little wider than your hips and just bring your knees in and out. Notice, do I feel any difference in my hips? You likely will. And if you don't, it doesn't matter. It's just about noticing. How are things moving? So what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. We are going to take that opposite thigh. So this time your right thigh likely parallel with the back of the chair. Move our way toward the outer chair. and then slide that foot back as available. Remember, the tighter that you are, maybe the deeper the bend in the knee will be, and that's totally okay. This is about your body. So as you're ready, we're going to hold onto the chair so that we can get that nice length in our spine. Good. Shoulders come down, crown lengthens. And we begin to press out as we exhale the breath out, press the back heel back. And as we inhale, we let the knee bend. Exhale, press back. Inhale, bend. Couple more times. Okay, you may notice this side is very different than the other. We hold tension very asymmetrically in our bodies. So we just notice, okay, the side's a little tighter, that's okay. I breathe in. Good. Now, from here, if you wish, we can add some arms. So if you're adding the arms, you're staying nice and strong, pushing into the front foot, inhaling and lifting the arms to the sky. And then again, as you exhale, push back through the heel and open up into that cactus arms, bending. Beautiful. Inhale, arms rise, maybe take your gaze up as the back knee bends gently. And as you exhale, push back through the heel. Good, get long. Few more. Lift and lengthen. Find the space. And then as you exhale, push that heel back. Good, feel that opening in the front of that left hip. Last two. Beautiful, nice work. And then if it's okay, maybe hold for a couple of breaths. Keep your belly scooping back, your shoulders sinking down, the crown lengthening to the sky, your heart opening. Take one more nice deep breath. Good, and then as you're ready, just slowly let those hands come back down. Beautiful work. Bend the back knee for a moment. Close your eyes, take a full inhale breath. Full exhale breath. Okay, adding on, we're going to press out the back heel now, if that's okay for you. Hands on either side of the chair to stabilize you. Pushing in through the front foot. Inhale, lengthen the crown to the sky. And then as you exhale, I want you to hinge forward, lengthening the crown and just bowing gently as you push out the back leg. Inhale, core strength brings you back up. Exhale, we bow forward. Couple more times, if that's okay for your body. You don't have to go any kind of specific length. It's really just feeling that you're pushing out the back leg, getting a little bit more in the hip flexor, and then keeping that length in the crown. Last one, option to hold or to keep moving for the last few breaths. Whatever feels best for your body. If you're holding, you're pushing in through the front foot, you're scooping the belly back in, you're moving your shoulders down your back. You got this. One more nice deep breath. Beautiful. As you inhale up, come on back to neutral. Beautiful work. Slowly bring that back leg forward. And we're going to spin ourselves to the center to take a couple nice deep breaths. So sometimes we find spots in our bodies that we haven't connected with in a little while. That's okay. That's part of the journey. That's part of the journey, reconnecting with ourselves. So let's pause for a moment, take a sip of water if you need it. Close your eyes, just come to take a few breaths and just feel into your bodies before we begin to move the practice into a standing position. So you see how much we can do from a chair. You'll also see how much we can do from standing because there's lots we can do. So let's find our blocks, please. And if you're doing this at home and you don't have a block, it would be just like a dense pillow or something that you could squeeze between your thighs. And you're going to scoot your bottom out toward the edge of the chair. We don't want to be right back. And you're going to begin to squeeze in through the thighs. So as you squeeze in, it's like you're rotating your thighs inward, like you were going to pop that block down to the floor. That's the squeeze. So I want you to begin to push into the feet, those four corners that we talked about, inner and outer edges, front and back. Squeeze in through the thighs, and then pull back through the belly, okay? These are important. Push in through the feet, squeeze in through the thighs, pull back through the belly, okay? We're going to take our arms forward now. We are going to get up from this chair without using any momentum. So our arms forward, push in through the feet, squeeze in through the thighs, Pull back through the belly, begin to lift a little bit. Beautiful, and come back down. Excellent, right? We never know what we can do until we properly get into it. Push in through the feet, squeeze in through the thighs, pull back through the belly, and lift your seat. Yes, I'm gonna do that 2 more times. Feet, thighs, belly, rise. Good. Now the last one, we're going to hover, if that's okay for your body. So your bum comes up off the chair, and I want you to get it as close to that chair as you can without sitting down in the chair. Feet, thighs, belly, lift. Beautiful. Lift and hold. Keep pushing in through those feet. Keep squeezing in through the block. Keep pulling back through the belly and reaching through the arms. Take one more full breath. You got this. Take the weight toward the back of your heels a little bit. And then when you're ready, push into your feet, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Feel that nice release. Up, sweep them around. Beautiful work. Bring the hands in toward the heart, close the eyes. So just notice how different it can be. Something as simple as we think is simple as getting up from a chair. As we age, our bodies change, and we have to be more and more conscious of using muscles as opposed to momentum in order to keep ourselves strong. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and remove the block for now. We're going to come to stand in behind your chairs now. So just keep that block kind of close by, but it doesn't have to be quite with you right now. So coming in to stand behind the chair. So the beautiful thing with chair yoga is that we have a chair here. You don't always have to use it. If you find, you know what, I feel like I want to, take one hand off, then do it. You've got the chair right here all the time, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to begin to bend both knees slightly and scoop our bellies back and in. Good. From here, I want you to step back with your right foot. Good. Step the foot back into a lunge. So we come back into a lunge. Perfect. I'm going to actually turn this way. I think this will be easier to watch. Okay? From here, I want you to begin to transition. As you push the 4 corners of the front foot in, you're going to scoop your belly back, and you're going to bring that back foot forward with 1 step. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Transition the weight to the opposite leg. Bend the knee a little bit. Take the step back. Push out the heel. Make sure your knee and your ankle are in alignment in your front leg. Good. Walk that front foot up a little bit. Yep, you got it. Okay? And then when you're ready, transition the weight to the front leg. Take that step. Beautiful. From here, opposite leg, steps back. Now I want you to plant the foot on the earth. Good. We're coming into what we call a warrior 2 pose. So you're going to go ahead, keep your left hand on the chair, and you're going to open the right one back and take your gaze just to make sure that you're looking over your middle finger in the back. And then I want you to take your gaze forward. Maybe you lift that front hand, but you don't have to. Good. Take a nice full breath here. Let your shoulders come down. Scoop your belly back. Exhale your breath out. Take that front hand down. Back hand returns. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot so the heel lifts. Transition your weight forward and take that step. Good. Beautiful. All right, lots of smiles. I like it. When you are ready, we're going to go ahead and take that mindful step back with your left foot. Good. From here, pushing out the heel, making sure knee and ankle are in alignment. You have your chair for stability and support. You're going to plant the back foot. We're going to move into our warrior again, keeping that right hand on the chair, opening the left hand back. Take your gaze, make sure you're looking over your middle finger. Spread the fingers as wide as you can, and then if you like, you're going to come back to look forward and maybe lift that front hand up off the chair, but you don't have to. Shoulders sink down, bellies pull back. Good. Sink a little deeper into that front leg for one last breath. Good. And then the hand comes down to the chair. The back hand comes forward. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. Prepare to transition with your core strength. Come back to center. Good. Stand tall, close your eyes, open your hearts, hands on the chair or off the chair. You get to decide. Just notice how your body's feeling. So we can increase the heart rate quite quickly and easily using many of these asanas or postures. We're going to take one more breath. Beautiful. So from here, you're going to transition the weight into your right foot. And you're going to bend the knee a little bit and spread the toes really wide. So right foot takes most of the weight, left knee begins to bend. Chair is here for stability and support. Okay? When you're ready, we're going to slowly transition all the weight as we extend that left leg out to the side. Good. And then we're going to bring it back. Now you can connect your gaze, something 6 to 8 feet in front of you, not moving, if that helps. So we're going to slowly open. Good, and bring it back. 2 more times. Open. Good. And back. Beautiful. Last one. Open. And back. Now I'd like you to take that foot, walk it in behind your standing leg. Good. And the feet can either be close together, further apart, one forward, one back, whatever you need to do to get the 4 corners of both feet pushing down. Okay? So find those inner and outer edges, front and back. From here, that right hand will remain on the chair. The left arm is going to rise to the sky, and we're going to stretch out the side waist as we reach over to the side. Keep pushing the feet down. So inhale, come back toward neutral. Good. Exhale, come to the side. Slowly coming up. Keep an eye or a awareness in your core. Last one. Lift and lengthen. And hold. Now you can hold with the arm overhead. You can always bend the elbow, take the hand to the back of the head and draw the shoulder back a little bit more. And that can be some really nice opening for your heart and your side waist. You get to decide. We're going to take 2 more breaths. Keep pushing the feet down. Keep taking your breath, breathing into that side waist, feeling that waist expand. Last breath. Good, and as you inhale up, come on all the way back to neutral. Beautiful work. Taking the hand onto the chair. Transition the weight to the standing leg. So to your right leg, we're going to take that left one from in behind, and then I want you to reach it out to the side. Turn the toes up toward the sky, press through the heel. Good. Nice and tall, core strong. Nice work. Take one more breath, breathe. Good, and as we exhale, let's take that foot down. Close your eyes, stand tall. You have the support of your chair here. Feel into your bodies. Sometimes our bodies need us to be static and just standing. Sometimes our bodies need a little movement. So if your body needs movement, listen to it. It might feel good to just bend one knee and the other, because if you're shifting your hips from side to side, you may be able to pick up on some of that imbalance here that we've created now with all of that kind of activity on one side of the body. Good. Take one full inhale. Full exhale. All right. So we're going to do it again. This time we're going to do it on the other side. So I want you to take and spread the toes really wide on your left foot now and begin to push the 4 corners, inner and outer edges, front and back, into the earth. The knee begins to bend, and as you push the foot down, you're going to feel that thigh begin to kind of fire up, your quadricep. From here, we begin to bend that right knee, scoop our bellies back, keep our crowns lifting and our shoulders down. Beautiful. And then we begin to slowly take and extend that right leg out to the side and gently bring it back in. So it can touch the earth or it can hover over the earth. If you feel that you have the strength to keep that leg up, then don't drop it. Just bring it back to hover. Good. Keep pushing out the heel, drawing the toes toward you. Last one. Beautiful. As we come back to neutral, we're going to take that foot, walk it in behind. Good. So remember, the feet don't have to be together. They can be apart, one can be forward, one can be back. I just want you to make sure the four corners push down. That's the most important part. From here, hand comes to the chair if you're using the chair, and then that opposite arm, so your right arm, reaches to the sky. And then as you exhale, let's open up that side waist. So we inhale, we come up, we use core strength. And as we exhale, we come to the side. Slowly up. Keep reaching through your fingertips. Spin your palm in towards you. Good. Last one. Good. And if it's okay, we're going to settle in for the hold. Keep pushing down through the feet and squeezing the legs together. You can bend the top elbow if you wish. Take the hand to the back of the head. Spin the heart open. Gaze up. Completely up to you. Let's take 2 more breaths. Strong legs, strong core, strong arms. You got it. Maybe shaking. That's okay. You're alive. Last breath. Good. Use your inhale to come back. Beautiful work. Hands onto the chair. Preparing to transition for that final hold. Coming into stand on that left leg. And when you're ready, the right comes out to the side. Holding here, scooping the belly back and in. Shoulders sink down. Good. Tall, strong, beautiful. You got this. Draw the toes in toward you. Push out the heel. Good. To stay strong. Last breath. Good. Slowly release that leg down. Good. Close the eyes. Pause again. Take a couple breaths. So if you find that the heart rate is really elevated, you can just take a couple of those cleansing breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhaling out your mouth. And the breath has this beautiful ability to affect the autonomic nervous system and stimulate this calm and relaxation and take the heart rate down. 2 more breaths here. Last one. So I'd like you to just shift your hips from side to side a few times and even perhaps kind of create some circles with the hips from standing and just notice. So our hips tend to be super duper tight and our hips hold a lot of emotion. Our hips tend to hold actually a lot of anger in this area. So sometimes when we're practicing, we'll find things will come up and we just do our best to feel them and breathe through them. Take that circle in the other direction. Beautiful. All right, coming back to center, we are going to shift our stance a little bit wider. And we're going to find a really nice opening for the spine here. So the inhale will be find length, shoulders sink down, tummy pulls back. The exhale, we're going to slide our chair forward, press our bum in the opposite direction. Maybe we'll get to a 90-degree angle, but we don't have to. And when we push back, we're going to feel that really nice opening, likely in through the spine and the back of the legs. And then use your core strength to slowly draw that chair back in as you come up. So I want you to be really mindful and slow as you do this. The inhale, we find the length, taking your time, moving at your own pace. And on the exhale, the chair glides forward, we push our bum back. Kind of it's that same inner spiraling so that you're spiraling the inner thighs inward and pushing your bum back and feeling that opening through the pelvis. You staying here or whenever you're ready, slowly beginning to draw that chair back and come to stand. We're going to do that a couple more times with movement as long as that feels okay for your body. Okay, be really, really mindful. If it only feels okay to come part way, then that's perfect. You can hold part way. You can continue to move. And then the last one, I'm going to invite you to either come into a hold for a few breaths, or you can keep moving, or you can stand, whatever feels best for your bodies, okay? So find your length, rooting in through the feet, lengthening through the crown, good. And then using that exhale to find that maximum length in the arms, pushing back through the bum, spiraling the thighs, and we're keeping a tiny bend in your knees so that they're not completely locked. We don't want to lock our knees. And keep reaching your arms forward and maybe letting your heart just slightly melt down toward the earth. And as you do that, you're going to be opening up through the back of your heart, front of your heart and your shoulders. Last breath if you're holding. Good, and then as you feel ready, scoop the belly in and slowly take your time to come back up. No rush, we're gonna just pause here for a moment. Feel into your bodies. Notice how that feels. Take a full inhale breath. Full exhale breath. Good. So we're going to very slowly begin to shift just a little bit from side to side, keeping our foot on the floor. Take your time. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Okay. And I want you to turn your toes in the same direction as your knee. Good. And come back to center. Turn the toes, opening up a little bit more through the inner thighs. Good. You'll likely feel this in your hips for the next couple of days, so just be really mindful. Really mindful. Last one. Good. So we're going to heel toe the feet in. So we've done a little balance here, a little balance there. We're going to do a full balance on each side, and then we're going to finish up for today. Beautiful work. So we've done this systematically in order to open up the hips in the directions that we need in order to come into this balancing pose. So take your time, sip of water, breath, anything that you need. If you're watching the replay, you always get to pause, so that's okay as well. So when you're ready, let's take the chair to the outside of your right hip. Okay? Perfect. And then step yourself kind of in alignment almost with the back leg, just so that you can make sure that you have a strong hold on the chair as necessary. The inside leg is going to be your balancing leg. So toes are spread wide, bending slightly into the knee and pushing down through the foot. You're going to begin to come onto the ball of the other foot. Take the other arm out to the side for your balance. Okay, from here, I want you to scoop your belly in and slowly lift as you flex this left foot, lift up. Doesn't have to get super high. And then keeping your hips forward, I want you to open that knee away from you. Good, bring it back to center. One more time. And open the knee away. Now we're coming into our tree pose. So you're going to take your foot either above or below your knee, not on your knee. Okay, so if it's below, it's just below the knee or down towards the earth, or it could be up into the inner thigh, doesn't matter. I want you to push the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Pull the belly back, and this becomes your strong foundation, the foot, the leg, and the core. Keep your gaze connected, something 6 to 8 feet in front of you, not moving. An option, if you wish, to lift the outside arm. If you're feeling strong and stable, nice and connected with the belly and the earth, you could always lift the inside arm. Doesn't matter where you are, these are options. You could always bring the hands up to the sky, you could bring them into the heart, you could keep one open, completely up to you. Wherever you are, I want you to take 2 more nice deep breaths. Keep reaching with those fingertips and letting the shoulders sink down. Good. Last breath. Good. Exhale that breath out. Bring the hand back to neutral. You're going to slowly unbind the leg. Bring the knee back. Good. And bring it down. Nice work. Take a moment. Notice how it feels, right? Notice how it feels in your body. We've been using kind of the same muscles, getting everything nice and strong, and so they're likely fatiguing a little bit. That's okay. This is how we increase our strength and our endurance, is when we're fatiguing the muscles to keep going just a little bit more. All right, last one. We're going to go ahead, take the chair to the other side, shift yourself over. All right. So same thing, inner foot becomes your balancing foot. Spread the toes wide, push down through the four corners, bend the knee a little bit, feel the quadricep fire up. Connect your gaze, something 6 to 8 feet in front of you, not moving. Okay, when you're ready, arm comes out to the side, straight out from your shoulder. Begin to lift that right heel and slowly lift the knee. Good. Once you're stable and strong, core drawing back, open the knee away a little bit. Good, and then bring it back to center. Last one, open it away. Bring it back to center. All right, coming into the full expression. Find your tree. Good. Above or below the knee, you got it. And then push the leg into the foot, foot into the leg. And then find whatever arm variation works for you today. Take 2 more nice, slow, deep breaths. Beautiful. Finish that exhale. Slowly bring the arm back to shoulder height. You're going to unbind the leg, bring the knee back to center. Good work. And then bring it down. That transition really important at the end, holding it that last extra bit. Good. From here, close your eyes and move your body in any way that feels good. So just take a second, whether it's rolling the shoulders and the hips or letting the head just kind of dangle downward. If that feels good, that can feel really, really lovely for the shoulders. So this becomes an opportunity to check in, okay, how's my body feeling? Where have I created space in my body? Does anywhere need an extra breath or two? Can I send it there? So taking your time. And then when you feel ready, we're going to come back to our seat. Nice work today. We said we can't do a lot from a chair, right? From a chair with a chair. Yeah, they're good. They're exactly what we need. They're exactly what we need for this, for sure. So coming back to your blocks, if you would like, you can put them in behind you, underneath your feet if you need to. We're just going to do a very gentle twist to finish up today. So we're going to press down through the feet and lengthen through the crown. And then just as we did at the beginning, we're going to reach that right hand across the body over to the outside of the left thigh and just take the hand in behind you. Find a little bit of space and length on the inhale, and then spin your belly over as you draw the shoulders back. So just a final twisting out of the spine. We'll take one more breath here. Good, finishing up the exhale. Use your inhale to come back, and we're going to switch it up. Hand to the outside, one to the back of the chair or side of the chair. Find your length on the inhale. And then as you exhale, spin the belly around. Couple more breaths. Last one. Beautiful. As you're ready, slowly come back to neutral. Close your eyes and just take a moment. See if there's anything that your body needs. Does my body need me to move in through my hips or my shoulders or my waist? What do I need here? And then we're going to come back when you're ready, just for a moment or two of silence. We're going to come back to noticing ourselves as you finish up your practice today. Maybe it's sensation from your body that comes up. Maybe there's a little bit more calm and peace inside the body and the mind. And remember, your experience is your experience. And you are exactly where you need to be. As you come back to that intention that you created, that self-responsibility. Intentions are like seeds that we plant, and we must come back to them regularly and nurture them in order for them to sprout and eventually bear fruit. I'm going to draw our hands into our heart space as we finish up as a gesture of gratitude. Thank yourself for coming out to practice today, for doing this good for your mind and your body. It's always an honor and a privilege. Namaste.